Hey guys, Base Insider 60 here. Hopefully you're having a great Monday or having a great spring break, one of those two. And the gameplay in the background is going to be some contract wars. And in this round, I'm actually playing some team-based objectives. And you can see I'm trying to get later in the video, you can see that I'm trying to get the objective 0. And it's kind of a power struggle to get that. Anyway, I would like to bring up a topic that have been requested or at least is brought into my mind, and it's about retail. And everyone has mixed stories or emotions about it. I've worked in the industry for about 2.5 years, and my theory, and I'll bring up what I want to talk about. I believe that everybody should at least work retail once in their lifetime to get an understanding of what people go through. Many people who've worked retail will understand the struggles, the anonymity that goes on in the everyday world, and the what we face every day we go clock in for work. We are in a retail driven economy, obviously. Everyone has a retail experience, one or another. Whether it's you buying groceries or you're on the other side of a counter, or at least when you're on the cashier slot. I believe that people should work in the retail industry because it gives them a good glimpse of how society really is. It makes them another thing is it makes them like develop skills to work with other people and to communicate, and just to see how problems can be solved, some problems can arise, and making some decisions. Now, my first point will have to be seeing how people really are. Anyone who knows retail, who's ever worked in retail, will understand that you see almost every emotional side of humans that is under the sun. You've got your nice customers. They're neutral so and so's. You got the customers that come back every day, are happy with the store. Then you got the bitchy, entitled, motherfucking customers that are never satisfied with anything. And just because they are the customer, that they have this blanket of what shield, the blanket that protects them and makes them entitled. It makes them feel stronger than everybody else. They put everyone else before. They put themselves before everybody. Um, Really, what we have to understand in retail is it's a customer driven business, and that's a no brainer right there. But the thing is, as a person working retail, you get to witness firsthand on how the everyday human interaction goes, and you would also see more of what goes on between these people. You get to meet different ideologies, different emotions that you're not used to seeing in your friends and family. You see how other people think, how they deal with stuff. And this gives you a great understanding and really can make you appreciate yourself more or become more cynical towards humanity or at least society in that option. But that is totally up to you for that. Every experience is different, and I mean, you you get to you get to build on a social skill to say, wow, if you actually do deal with an entitled customer, you deal with those tough, bad customers, you get the sense of hate. You're like, that's where I mean where the cynical part comes in. You're like, man, I hate working here. It sucks. Like, I've lost faith in humanity. This job makes me hate people. Then some other times it's like, yeah, I've helped somebody and it actually felt really damn good. But it just depends on the experience, how you had with these customers. That really drives on how you think in the world after a retail experience. Um, you'll think differently afterwards. Trust me, your world's gonna change once you work into retail. But yeah, number two, I would have to say you get to work with a team, or at least you get to deal with coworkers in both positive and negative aspects. For me, I have coworkers that are really cool, very nice. Some iffy, and some others we don't really talk to, but we work together. Sometimes your coworkers can be your best friends that you want to just have a good time with after work. Maybe go grab a drink or something. Um, and really these are the people that have your back in any situation because uh, just like you, they have to deal with the same crap. And it's nice to have like a good manager that knows what they're doing and can support the employees and the customers at the same time and at the same quality. However, there are some concepts where managers suck. They're very mean, they're very micromanaging, and it really puts a damper on your work productivity, and it makes you have this bad ego in front of you, gives you this bad sense of like, man, I really hate this job, and that actually reflects on when you actually are providing the service to the customer, and it's one of those, it's one of those things you have to deal with when you're working in retail, in any job actually, but mostly retail, since this is a very heavily customer-based job, and the customers are going to think, "Wow, that guy is rude." But maybe you aren't rude. It's just you're having a shitty day because your manager is watching you 24/7. Another thing is will have to be you get to appreciate your time more, and this is for any job really, but for retail, it's because you either hate it or you like it. You know, People have mixed results with it. Uh, you get to appreciate time more with family, and you're just enjoying yourself. Because a lot of people who work in retail, for example, would be going to school or having a second job, and they're always constantly busy juggling these things around. But once they finally get home, they're tired and stuff like that. And once you realize that you spend all this time, trying to work, provide for your family, try to fund your education, that anytime you have free, you don't have to worry about nothing, really is very rewarding, and you must appreciate it at all costs because sometimes you may not get it as much, and you have to treasure every second of it. Spend time with your family or try to hang out with your friends or coworkers, or just try to enjoy yourself more. Thirdly, or fourthly, would have to be you get to learn how to solve problems. This job usually makes you do quick decisions on solving problems that happen really. This helps you solve problems in a very fast state in a fast-paced environment. Where the pressure is just eating you up. It's the pressure is putting down on you, and you learn to solve problems in a quick and efficient manner in that short amount of time that you have, and all the pressure that's on you. And this is a really good skill that not many people look twice at. And people look twice at. Uh, Working in retail has helped me solve problems really quickly before they arose or anything in a very pressured environment. And then it takes practice to do it. And, the first couple of days you do work retail, it's going to be very tough because you're just learning the ropes. But after a while, it gets really easy. And you if you're able to deal with problems fast, then I think you'll be able to deal with anything that's been thrown at your face in the retail business. Um, and with rude customers, you have everybody's entitled rude or nice people. They usually give you like if you have a rude customer. Most of the time, they'll just leave you kind of grouchy for the rest of the day. If you dealt with a good customer and you helped them, actually, you feel this very good pride. It's like, hey, I helped this guy out. I feel good for myself. Um, and it's just one of those things you learn to solve. Next time, if I see a rude customer, I'll just try to be nicer to them and try to help them as much as I can because you may never know that you may actually may change a thought into that person. And it's just one of those things. I think I hear dogs barking outside. All right, yeah. Anyway, so my tips to people going into retail, uh, it build on your social skills. That's what it's gonna do. I remember I was a shy, very almost antisocial person until I joined retail and until I did debate also. But now I can talk to just about anybody, try to solve their problems, be very straightforward to people, and you know, for the people going there, appreciate the time you do. You appreciate the time you deserve. Don't bring work to home. Don't worry about what the customers, anything that went bad between a customer, a coworker, or a boss at home, because it's just gonna eat the stress is gonna eat you up, and it's kind of a hard thing to do. But I mean, trust me, you don't want that stuff crawling around you. Uh, Take advantage of your vacation times, paid vacation times, stuff like that. Try to communicate when you need days off and stuff like that. I mean, talk to your boss about your conflicts. Your stuff that you have. A lot of bosses are really flexible, and they say, yeah, like you can say, hey, I have a rehearsal after school and I can't make it to work. Be like, that's fine. We'll try to like fit someone in there. And stuff like that. Yeah, kind of come short to time here, but I mean, yeah, there's a lot of tips I can say, but those are the main things. Is just take advantage of the benefits you get. Don't let work drag you down in life. Appreciate the time you have. Um, you know, you can really build on the social skills from this too. So that's kind of my theory on why people should work on retail. Because I mean, to readdress my points, it's one of those things we never really think seconds on. And really, you can change your whole perspective on society once you work retail. You get to know the true nature of how people are, and it doesn't have to be retail. It could also be the restaurant industry, stuff like that. Um, any customer-driven business. But it's just one of those things that society needs to know to experience the true nature on how the real world works. From making an exchange to dealing with a rude customer. Hope you liked the video, guys, and I'll bring some more content along. This is Base Insider 60 signing out.